Kababayan Today. My name is G. Tanji, coming to you from Los Angeles, California, and this is the only daily talk show for Filipinos in America that is broadcast in Los Angeles and Hawaii. Thank you for joining us today. Kasama natin si Victoria Montecelo. She is a senior at Scripps College, double majoring in theater and media studies. She grew up in Hong Kong before coming to California for college, and she's so excited to be playing Penelope Pennywise in Pomona College's upcoming production of Urinetown. Kasama rin natin si Amy, who hails also from Hong Kong, is a double English and theater major from Scripps. She's delighted to represent a show that combines her love of musical theater and puns. And joining them is their professor. Of course, he is a mentor to many, a writer, an actor, and also he recently was awarded an award by Mitch Farrell, council member Mitch Farrell. He's joining us, Giovanni Ortega. Thank you so much, guys, for being here today, all the way from Pomona. Thank you. I know it's a trek, but you made it, and we're very excited to share with Kababayans what's going on in the theater. Let's talk about Urinetown. Gio, why was this a show that you needed to do this season?
Well, it is a senior project, first of all, so it's actually through Victoria and her colleagues, Rebecca Yuckman, Harrison Goodall, and Catherine Marcus Recker, and this is their senior thesis. Part of their senior thesis is doing a musical, so they're all involved in the production. But I'll say this, it's definitely a musical that I wanted to do because it is an homage to all kinds of musical, but at the same time it has some social elements that we could really delve into that I don't think other productions has ever done before.
Okay, so for someone who has no idea what Urinetown the musical is about, Victoria, can you share with our Kababayans what it's about?
Yeah, so the premise of Urinetown is basically it's set sometime in the future in this dystopian society where they've been in a drought for 20 years and it's gotten so bad that water is so expensive that you can't have private bathrooms anymore. So you have to pay to use the toilet at these public amenities that are owned by a big private company. So it kind of illustrates this big gap between the poor and the rich. It plays with, it satirizes bureaucracy and municipal politics and big corporations and things like that. And there's a lot of references to things like Les Mis and the Revolution and things like that. So that's kind of the premise of it. And in that story, there's the daughter of the owner of the big rich company meets a boy that works for one of the public amenities, and he's kind of part of the poor group, and they fall in love, and there's this big story that comes out from that.
Okay, so it's an evening at the theater. Obviously, we want to bring everybody out to support this production. Amy, can you talk to us about how the rehearsal process has been like these last couple of weeks? Because I've been seeing a lot of photos from what Gio's been posting. Looks like you guys are having way too much fun.
It's fun is probably like the best word to describe what the rehearsal process has been like. We started almost, I would say, three weeks ago now, and it's just like flown by. The cast is so amazing. It's really hands-on. We rehearse for 3 hours every single day. You know, factoring in college life and stuff like that, it's really amazing the time and commitment that the cast gives, and everyone just has like so much to put into the rehearsal process that like going to rehearsal is like incredible. It's so much fun.
I know. Well, I just have to share that I had the amazing opportunity to work with your professor recently. And I want to congratulate you, Gio, because Criers for Hire received so much success because you wrote it. You put it out into the world. We want to thank, obviously, East-West players, but we also want to encourage Kababayans. For the very first time, it was their chance to go to the theater, and not a lot of, it's not, perhaps it's something about our culture that doesn't really go to the theater unless it's Lea Salonga or someone that they really know, right? But for the first time they were able to go to the theater. We want to encourage them to support this production, Urinetown. Why should they come see this production, Gio?
Well, the great thing about that is in Criers and in Urinetown is this idea that theater is for the elite or the upper class, and it's not. It's about storytelling. You know, it's about kwentuhan back home. So people come together and share stories, sayawan, kantahan, all that stuff. And so what was really amazing about Criers was we had people who brought their kids, their babies, their lolas and their titas, and people kept coming back. And it broke all social strata. It didn't matter where you come from, who you are, and what you believe in. We welcomed you. And so that's one of the things that I want to ensure, that theater is for everybody. And specifically with Urinetown, the way we're adapting it is that there is a difference between the rich and the poor, but what is it like when you put everyone together in one space and create art? And that's what this is about for me and for all of us.
Okay, I'm sure it's been an amazing ride for all of you guys, and opening night is coming around the corner. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Victoria?
That's a little scary to think that opening night is just around the corner, but it's also really exciting. We kind of started this process pretty early on, just because part of the show is a senior project for me and 3 other people. So we've been talking about this since like last May. So now that we're at a point where we're 3 or 4 weeks into rehearsal and opening night is coming up, it's really exciting because it's been cool to see every piece of the show just start to come together. You know, we had to start being off book at a certain point, so getting to see everyone really get into the scene.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
That I know.
Yeah, so that's been really cool, and putting together that with the choreography and with the music that we started with the music. We did.
So it's all
musicals,
yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
all
totally
coming
relate.
together.
Yeah.
When we return on the show, we'll give you all the details so that you won't miss this production of Urinetown in Pomona College. We'll be right back.